Okay, so good evening everybody, and once again welcome back in today's class. We are on the day number 23, day number 3 now. Okay, and today we are going to be start the actual stuff which we want to be learn. It's called ServiceNow. Okay, in the last 2 days we build up little kind of a background concepts kind of things, and now we are going to be see that what exactly ServiceNow is. But still, even though today as well you are not able to see the service now, we are just going to be discuss terms and terminologies and a little bit more in the ServiceNow domain. Okay, but yes, these things are important for you to be understand. Maybe not used.
Is it fine now?
Yes, now it's fine, Amber. Good.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, putting on the mute. Yep, thanks. Okay, these things maybe not asked by everybody in any of the interview with from you, but being a tool perspective, I can say being a tool learner, or it's like I can say it's my bread and butter now. So we should know each and everything about service now, the basics as well. We should know that how it has been built up, where it has been built up, what is the data centers architecture, how it's be working in the background. Because everybody say, okay, in the service now you will get change, incident, problem request, a lot of things you will get, but how they're built up in the background, that is important for us to be understand here. Okay, so I have few slides which I'm using from the old or a long time now. Okay, a lot of things we already discussed as well. So ServiceNow is a company as well as a tool available in the market. Okay, history is not that much old, but I can still say that now they have a good grip in the market. Again, no sales pitch, no promotion I'm doing here, but yes, from the latest trend I can see, yes, they are the market leader in the tooling part of the ITSM tools, or I can say business management or the project management tools. They'll be entering now. Plus they will be entering in the different industries as well. So as we discussed that ServiceNow is a PaaS tool, that is an application platform combination tool. You can use as it is, or you can build by using ServiceNow for your customers. ServiceNow provide a lot of different capabilities as well. We will see these capabilities in a depth maybe in the tomorrow session, not now, not today. But on the broader level, it says ITSM, ITBM, ITOM, but now it is a lot now. I can say a lot of things available in ServiceNow. Okay. But one more thing, when I started my journey in ServiceNow domain, people call ServiceNow just a ticketing tool. What is ServiceNow? It's a ticketing tool just for the incident management. But now if someone say, is ServiceNow is a ticketing tool? I said no. They enhance, they build, and they make and they develop a lot of things in ServiceNow. So you can do, or you can use AI, you can use machine learning, you can use NLP, you can use cloud, you can use project management, you can use governance, risk, compliance, infrastructure management, a lot of things you can do in ServiceNow. So it means it is no longer a ticketing tool. It has been changed now. Okay, and the motto or the vision what ServiceNow started, the Fred Ludy, who is the founder of this particular company. Okay, anybody know that what is the name of the company earlier before ServiceNow? Try to find out what is the original name of ServiceNow. ServiceNow it's become a little later, but they are called by some other company, other name. Okay, so ServiceNow vision was very clear that I want to build something which is used by my users as they want, not as the tool want to be used them. This is what the clear understanding. So the red lines which you see here, these are trademark words from ServiceNow. It's not written by me. It's not copy pasted. It's copy pasted, but it is a trademark of ServiceNow. So I just copy and putting it here. Okay. Like every tool is having a history. Someone started in 2014, 15, 1980, 1960, 1970 kind of things, and they upgrade their self. Like iPhone. Now iPhone on the version number 14, 14 and 14 Pro. But definitely iPhone have version 11, 12, 13, 12, 11, sorry, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, something versions also available. In the same manner, ServiceNow also has a version history. Okay. And this version history we call as a family. It's a ServiceNow family. Okay. You will be surprised to know that ServiceNow started the version releases in 2007, from the 2007. So by the 2011, they just released the versions with the name like summer, seasons name, summer, fall, summer, winter, spring, and all the things will be there. But once they are a good in a good condition, have a streamlined things, they started the releasing the version on the basis of the cities like Aspen, Berlin, Calgary, Dublin, Eureka, Fuji, Geneva, Helsinki, Istanbul, Jakarta. There are people who are working in ServiceNow from these time period. Spring and winter was releases, and they're still in the working ServiceNow. I started my journey in ServiceNow with the Eureka or Fuji somewhere in this part. And now we are on the Utah release. This particular release, this particular version has been released today for everybody by ServiceNow. So there are two types of release ServiceNow do. Number one is do the EA, that is called the early access, which we got on the PDI approximately a month before for the public launch. They released to the PDIs, and today ServiceNow released the Utah version for the every customer. Anybody can go and upgrade their instance to the Utah release. Okay, one thing which is important to understand now, because you and me, we all guys are going to be working ServiceNow domain, that ServiceNow have a cycle of releases. After every 6 months, they release a new version. And by this, you can imagine that how much or what type of vision and mission they have in their mind. So ServiceNow already announced that by this September, they're going to be released a version name called Vancouver. In Q1, maybe in the next year, somewhere December, or sorry, somewhere January, February, March, they will release the version 10 DC as a version name. And then they will go for the X, Y, and Z. I read this version for X as well somewhere, but I guess I'm putting some wrong name, so better I should not take that name. Okay, but as of now, ServiceNow has their plan up to X, and Y and Z also in their plan. So if you notice from here now, after this, you see that ServiceNow releases every 6 months. And ServiceNow support N-2 versions. Means if I'm using Utah, ServiceNow will support Utah and Tokyo and San Diego. Because they say, I am building something new for you, then why you are not moving to the new version? If you move to the new version, you will get more security enhancements. You will get more other benefits, other requirements has been fulfilled in the latest releases. So now, if you are appearing for an interview, generally I ask this question when I take interview, that on which version of ServiceNow you're working. Number two, what are the new additions has been done in that particular release? Because we as a functional consultant are responsible for these things. My customer having a problem. If I know that something is coming new in ServiceNow in the next release, I can tell them that this will be fixed by ServiceNow itself in the next 2 releases or in the 1 releases. And to do that part, you need to be regularly go and check ServiceNow community, go and check the developer.servicenow sites. You will get to know a lot of things after. So in the last year, in October, November somewhere, I got a Rising Star Award from ServiceNow, my contribution in the community. In January or February somewhere, I got my Dev MVP award from ServiceNow because I contributing in that particular part. After this, a lot of people reach out to me, colleagues, that Atul, how you become or how you get these two awards. The only thing is important here that when you start working in this domain, work without any expectations. It is a very long journey. I'm doing this knowledge sharing for the last 2 years, about 2 or 3 years now. But I never thought that I become a MVP or kind of things. Now the question that Atul, how we can contribute, specifically like Amber says, Atul, I want to be contribute, Aru say I want to be contribute. Then there's a website ServiceNow community. Go there, make your account. Once you make your account, people post their questions there. I'm facing this issue, I'm facing that issue, it has been stuck like this, it has been stuck like this. Go and start answering that part. This is the first place which help you to be learn the things from the ServiceNow itself. I'm surprised that people put a lot of questions, and a lot of questions are unanswered, even though not a single answer has been done, more than pending for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks as well. There's a lot of questions which is not answered. So what I do, whenever I get time, 30 minutes, 40 minutes or half an hour I log into community website. I see what questions are there. Even I know I don't know, but I scroll the completely. Anybody answer on that part, okay, what they answer, so that it helped me to increase my knowledge as well. So it is knowledge is free of cost at that point in that platform. You have to be just create and you have to move there. Okay, so this is what the ServiceNow says. There are two things which is important. One is called the upgrade and one is called the update. When I am changing the family from Utah to Vancure, it is upgrade. But when I am adding some new patches, which is for the Utah release, it is update. Okay, generally now if you're on the LinkedIn, you see a lot of companies start putting that we upgraded to the Utah release, we upgraded to this one. Upgrade means they are on the new family now, not on the old family. We have a topic in our agenda that we will see that how this upgrades actually work, practically what action need to be do as a or take care as a consultant by us. Okay, clear and till this point, any doubt, any question?
No.
Okay, good. Now let's understand something more about the. This is what the same simple slide which I already showed in the previous one. So you can say they have put Vancouver and they put Washington DC as well. Okay, now another important point from the ServiceNow perspective. When I want to use any tool, I want to use any product, I want to use any services, I must have a authorization to do that part. And this authorization we call as a user account creation in ServiceNow. Okay, now I'm using ServiceNow or my customer using ServiceNow, then we need a license. Now let's say example. I'm using Vodafone app and I'm facing some issue. Who built this Vodafone app? By Vodafone company itself. Who is using? I'm using. And who am I? I'm an end user. Do I need to purchase that app or do I need to pay any charges for that app? No. But I can do very limited things in that app. I can check my balance. I can raise any request. I can raise any incident. I can ask for the refund and all the things will be there. Let's say Arus is working and his internet is not working now. He raises an incident to the service desk. Now in the background, they're using some system, they're using some tool to track your progress, to track your incident. And those users are called as a fulfiller in ServiceNow. Okay, so it means now if I come back, if we all are working in the IT industry and we are supporting to our customer, then we need a license. Now the question, all the license means we have to pay something. Yes, definitely paying will be there. Okay, but if you see, there's a no word called license in ServiceNow domain. We call this as a role. If I give you a role, you can do anything. Like when I was kid, I have a very limited rules. I'm not allowed to go in the kitchen when my mom was cooking something. I'm not allowed to watch the movies in the late night. But when I become adult, I have a more rules. I can go anywhere, any point of time. I can see the movies in the late night as well. This is what the rules here. So number 1 point, total 3 rules we will discuss here, 3 to 4. Number 1 point, if I am an end user, I don't require any rule to access ServiceNow. End user means you are using Vodafone app. What you need just your username and the password to log in that app. Otherwise, you are not paying anything else on that part. And you can do a limited things on that particular rule. You can order something, you can get your updates, or you can what I can say. You can use the knowledge article and other things will be there. Okay, this is the number first part. So now when we start the ServiceNow interface, ServiceNow journey, and when I say, okay, guys, he's an end user, you should know or you should understand, you should recall that end user means that person, that user, that persona don't have any role assigned. Okay, that's number 1 part. Second part, to work on the records like incident, change, problem, request, knowledge. ServiceNow provide me a basic rule or the OOTB, that is called the out of the box. OOTB, a lot of time I will use this word as well going forward. ServiceNow provide out of the box rule name ITIL. It is a licensed one. It is a chargeable one. Please, humble request, don't ask the charges of a license because it is nowhere written in the Google. I done a lot of R&D in the beginning that how much ServiceNow charging for this license. There's no information. Everywhere I got only one information. It is a confidential matter between you and your ServiceNow sales manager or the sales team. That's all. So no, please don't ask this question to anybody to anywhere because there's no answer and nobody can tell you these things upfront. Okay. So this role is basically ITL is the basic role by which you can do, you can create, you can update, you can move the records from one state to another state. You can work on incident, change, problem, request, knowledge, few more you can do. Even though with the help of the ITL, you can do the approval part as well. You can approve as well, or you can assign the approval role specific to a user. But again, it is a chargeable one. Okay, these things just listen these words now because very soon when I say, okay, guys, go and create 5 users and give this role, then you will be able to understand, oh, role means I'm talking about these things only. Okay, now the third and important role is called the admin. Okay, this is called the admin role. Okay, basically we are mixing two things, approval, and this is the ITL role, and the fourth role which we are going to be used is called the admin, system admin. Arus purchased a new 2-bedroom house. He's the admin of that house. He can do anything. Where he want, he can add. Where he want, he can delete. Where he want, he can set up something. He can remove something. Okay, and admin role is required if you want to do the configuration or the customization in ServiceNow. If you want to build any logic, if you want to write any logic, then you must have a system admin role. It is again a chargeable. ServiceNow did not charge the roles in the non-production instances. Non-production means the different environments given by ServiceNow: dev, test, UAT, and production, or dev, UAT, and production. So if you're doing any R&D on the dev and UAT, it is not chargeable. As soon as you move that particular functionality in the production, it becomes chargeable. Chargeable means who are going to be used that part. Any user who log in, they have a license management and they will work on that part. Okay, so as of now, if someone say what is the basic role, you can say ITL is the very basic role available in ServiceNow. And if I assign the ITL role to anybody, he can work on the records, incident, change, problem, request, knowledge, and other things will be there. Okay. Clear? Any doubt till this?
Atul, I have a small
Good. Good.
So yesterday, when we were going through that problem change, you said about a word called as in there was a word like one is an agent who actually
Right.
yeah, there was one more word.
Mechanic.
No, for change we said like when we
Cab.
have a request, you know something,
Cab and
the
cab
service
and
desk
cab.
person is the agent.
Okay.
And there is one more the same word you used here now.
Cab or e-cab. Fulfiller.
Fulfiller, yeah, that word.
Yes.
What is the different?
Okay.
Now here you use this in a
Okay.
different context, and yesterday on
No.
the
Okay.
change. Yeah.
Good. So the mechanic or the agent is a fulfiller for you, who are going to fulfill your records. They
Yeah.
are
So
to work on incident, change, problem, request, and knowledge. So generally, when we speak in the ServiceNow world, we say, okay, tell me how many users you are going to be used as a fulfiller, how many users are going to be used ServiceNow as an end user, how many users are going to be used ServiceNow as a system admin, so that I will allocate the specific role to the specific groups. Let's take example. I'm I'm your friend. Okay, you invited me. You invited me to your home for a dinner. I said okay. But even though I'm your good friend, still you will not allow me to enter in your privates or the bedrooms kind of things. I'm your guest. You will allow me. You will treat me in the dining area, in the guest room, bring everything for me. Why? Because you are not giving me the rights to enter in that. But if your parents are coming for a dinner, for lunch, they're allowed to be go inside because they have a admin rules in that house. So basically, fulfiller are the basic role or the basic role basically, or I can say persona, who are able to work on incident and change and problem request and knowledge articles kind of things. Going forward, if I say it is a fulfiller, you should know that fulfiller means I'm speaking that a user has a minimum idle load he should have. Minimum.
okay,
Okay.
correct.
But again, as we are in the admin part, if we go for the ITSM perspective, to access a incident record, to access a change record, even though ITIL role is not a minimum one. There are different roles available. So when we go for the user management in our agenda, I'll show you. So as of now, just keep these English words in your mind, and by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'll show you that how these English words are look like in ServiceNow tool actually. Okay, this
Okay.
one. Anybody has any other question? Okay, good. Now let's understand a little bit about the ServiceNow architecture. I know maybe from the last 3 days you say, Atul, come on, everything is theory. When we start the practical part, max by one more day. By tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'll take you on the practical part. Might try to give you the practical part on Friday so that on the weekend you can do the practice. Okay, so this is what ServiceNow architecture says. Okay, and this particular thing is called the multi-instance architecture. If you are from the network background, you know that there's a 7 layer of network architecture, application layer, server layer, and all things will be there, or 3 layer or 2 layer kind of things. But ServiceNow is using the multi-instance architecture. Now the question comes, what is instance? And you will be surprised to know that there's a one person or one viewer who put the comment in my YouTube channel as well. Atul, what do you mean the word instance? Okay, in layman language, I will say instance means a particular application or particular component which you open is a become instance for me. Like if I say I go here, okay, and I open Google. So now when I open google.com, this is one instance for me of Google. So it means whenever any customer purchase the ServiceNow instance, they get a URL. Like when we start our work, I have a URL called dev86271. I'll tell you that how it's be called, basically what this called specifically. But for the time being, let's say if Arus is running his own company, Jyoti running on company, Hima running on company, and I'm running on company. So our instances will be like this: one instance, two instance, three instance. This is Arus, this is mine, this is Jyoti, and next is other person. Why multi-instance? Because if you notice, there's no relationship between these three instances. It means nobody can access, nobody can enter in my house without my permission. Also, ServiceNow says that I have a different application nodes as well. So that if you worry that no, maybe in the front end you are showing as this, but in the background also you can see these app nodes has no relationship with these app nodes, no relationship with these app nodes, and I am giving you the separate databases as well. So now it is complete your house. This one, यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक आपका पूरा घर है. हाँ, in the background they are using the shared hardware. अब वो तो नहीं कर सकते ना, इतना तो नहीं कर पाएंगे. But they are using shared hardware. But आपका जो virtualization पे काम हो रहा है, जो app nodes हैं या your database is totally your one, and they have no relationship with the any other instance. It means if Arus instance go down, it is not necessary that mine also go down or mine also get impacted. No, never. Believe me, in the last 8 years I'm working in ServiceNow domain, I never see that there is a downtime of ServiceNow. I never get an email, even though not few seconds as well. It was down. Yes, I heard that PDA was down and the sometimes server is down, but it was some other reasons. But practically, I never find a officially kind of an email or official thing that ServiceNow is officially down for this many long time period. Okay, so this is what ServiceNow is saying. Now you can imagine if ServiceNow is giving me a separate database, separate app nodes, then how big is their data centers? This is what we are able to see in the next. See, ServiceNow has total 11 data center pairs and 10 supporting, means primary and backups. And I guess 2 years back, ServiceNow announced that they're going to be open 2 data centers in Bombay and Bangalore, or I guess in Bangalore only, in India. They're going to be open the 2 data centers. So now you can see that every primary has a secondary data center. मतलब अगर कुछ fail भी हो जाए तो क्या होगा? And this thing you're able to see in the next slide. So like you in the US, so these are the primary and these are the secondary one. In Canada they have 2. In EMEA they have 4. 4 not 4, 7. UK, Germany, Switzerland. In Australia they have. In India they have backup 1. In Asia somewhere is they are down. In Japan they have. And these are increasing. The capacity is increasing because a lot of customers are using ServiceNow. And everybody is using and everybody is getting the same structure. So why if I want to be support, I need a big data center as well. It is very easy to say, oh my God, they have 10 data centers, but can you imagine how much big infra they have? At least for every primary, they have a 1 secondary data center. It means if when I open my instance, maybe I am going in this UK or Germany or Switzerland area, because these are in specifically my areas, only nearby my area. Maybe if Arus is sitting in US and supporting US customers, their ServiceNow instance can be hosted in the US area somewhere, or maybe in Canada from Canada only. So ServiceNow hosts the instance near to the data center. By let's say I'm an Indian customer. Then where they will say, they will put somewhere here only. ये ज़्यादा पास है, यहीं रख लो, एशिया में आएगा. Okay, these things. Why we're discussing these things? Because when you go for the requirement gathering, or when you go for the consulting, when you go for the presentation of ServiceNow as a tool, as a domain in your customer areas, you know, when I was working as a business analyst for one of the customer, it was the first day when I go there for the workshop on the client side. And from the customer side, the people are actually in the mature age. Their experience, 20, 25 years experience. That person say me, I was displaying something on the slides. He said, to look, wait for a minute. I said, yes, tell me. Do you know that where the ServiceNow data centers? I was new in that domain. I was not aware. I said, sorry, I don't know. Can you tell me that where is my instance has been hosted? I said, but why you need this question? Because let's say I'm sitting in India. Okay, I'm an Indian customer. Let's say I'm sitting in Australia somewhere, and you hosted my instance in the UK. This is a travel time required, right? It can increase my latency period. Then I came to know, yes, it is important for a consultant to know about these basic things. Maybe in the whole life, nobody will ask you these questions. I'm 100% sure. But it is you to be responsible. You should know that where my instance has been hosted. Sooner when you're growing in your career, these things come first in the picture. When you say, okay, we are getting a ServiceNow instance, and this is in this particular region, then you, oh my God, this could. One of my customer delayed the go live because they are from the UK. No, they're from the Germany actually, and their instance was hosted in the UK. They say, sorry, we want our instance to be moved to the in Germany only because they're facing some latency issue. When we requested ServiceNow to move, after a lot of discussions and legal things and all things happen, then they get their instance to the UK to Germany. So these things happen. Be ready when you call yourself as a ServiceNow consultant. You should know these things by any means. Now, if there is this much data center, then you can see this thing, how the backup work. And these three things, 1, 2, 3, you are seeing. Go to Google and type AHA, Advanced High Availability Architecture, ServiceNow. You get a PDF of 7 pages. Go and read that paper. 7 pages book paper. It's a good one. All the screenshots has been taken from there itself. This is what called advanced high availability. I said that in the last 8 years, I never see that there's a downtime in ServiceNow. Why? Because if you notice this thing, if my primary data center is down in less than 2 minutes, it will move to the backup data center. Now Alus has a question, Number has a question. Atul, come on. What about the data? Aapne move to kar diya. What about the data? See, this is what they're related in the background. If you see here, this is my primary data center. This is my app nodes. In the primary data center, I have a database and I have a backup database as well. Maybe if this go wrong or this go fail, it can work. But if this complete center will go down, then they're replicating on the some 24 hours gaps. They'll be referring it. They're doing this replication. And in the backup as well, in the backup data center as well, they have the backup database. So if I'm only the single customer, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this connection 7 and this connection 8, this connection 9. At least 9 or 10 connection need to build for a customer. And now see if ServiceNow has 1,000 of customers. So how many databases, how many database jobs, backup jobs is running on the regular time period. That is what they call it advanced high availability. and less than 2 minutes. 2 minutes तो कुछ भी नहीं होते. But if I say practically 2 minutes is too much. If a credit card company, if a stock exchange company using ServiceNow and ServiceNow is not or down for 2 minutes or 1 minute, they can have a huge loss as well. But all these things has been mentioned in your documentation when you're getting the ServiceNow instance from the ServiceNow company. And the last in this domain is called backup and recovery. How the database backup has been done. Regular backup has been done after 24 hours and has been retained for the 28 days. हर 24 घंटे के बाद एक बैकअप होता है और that backup retained for the 28 days, and after every 7 days they have a full backup as well. Full backup also they take it. Okay, this one. Backup are stored in the same data center where the data is production and sales backup is this one. Sub production is this only primary. No, full. I'm missing it something. Differential backup they take. This one, sorry. Full backup are performed every 7 days. Full matlab ki the day you start using ServiceNow until today, everything has been back up again. And that is retained for the 28 days. मतलब कि हर 7 दिन आपको पिछले 28 दिन का डेटा, पूरा जिंदगी का डेटा मिल जाएगा. This is what they do. And they're so smart. Maybe it's a machine, nothing else. Maybe I'm running a database backup and my script gets failed. Yesterday when I take the backup, even though it's an automated backup, so yesterday when I take a backup, it was 3 GB. Now I take a backup, it's a 1 or 2 MB only. It means something weird, something wrong. Then they have a automated test cases as well, which run to check the quality of the backups. There's a lot of things which we never know, that how these things working in the background. Everybody, any question? Please put your questions, guys.
No, nothing other.
Good. Sure. The next one now. Will come here. Nahi, ye nahi, ye wala. Now let's pick up a topic. Again, another topic we are picking up now. Okay, and don't ask for this slide. This image is easily available on the Google. Go and mention ServiceNow capabilities. You will get much better images than this. Okay. इसको थोड़ा सा नीचे करते हैं ताकि full screen में दिख जाए. Let me do one thing. Animation slide show. नहीं ऐसे मजा नहीं आएगा यार. ठीक है, ऐसे ठीक है. ठीक है. So now we are going to discuss about the ServiceNow capabilities. Arus, what are the capabilities of iPhone?
Oh, camera.
Okay.
Then it's privacy security. As the market, we are not sure about that.
Okay. Good screen, automatic payments, quick charging, just on the pad, put it on the pad and it's charged. Right?
Wireless charging, yeah.
Wireless charging, sorry, it's a wireless charging, right? So these are the capabilities, right? And by seeing the capability, you purchase the iPhone. It's worth it. It has value. It has an outcome. Now, ServiceNow is a big product. Okay, let's say if I say in our houses, earlier it was not the case, but now as we are in the young generations, even though I'm not in the young now, I'm going to touching my 40s soon. Okay. When you purchase like a mixer grinder or the kind of, okay, let's say mixer grinder. What are the capabilities of a mixer grinder? It can help for the grinding purpose. You can grind the spices as well in that particular part. You can make a juice as well. Just putting that part a little bit juicer can be converted that part. These are the capabilities. In the same manner, ServiceNow has a lot of capabilities. and generally we call them as a product. It means what if I purchase a service now, what I can do with service now. Okay, on the Google check one video. I don't have that direct link. What is ServiceNow, or what ServiceNow can do by the ServiceNow employees? I watched that video approximately 2 or 3 weeks back. Okay, acha video, but you will surprised to see that what the employees of ServiceNow is thinking about ServiceNow. It's a good one. Chota 3 या 4 minute का video, but it's a good one. Okay, so now it has a ServiceNow capabilities. Mainly ServiceNow divided the capabilities in the 3 workflows: IT workflow, employee workflow, customer workflow, and you can add the creator workflow as well. That is the number 1 part. Second part, ServiceNow says, boss, it's me who's developing this product. I have something in my core as well. Like ROS is a very hardworking. That hardworking is ROS core capability. Nobody can take this from him. He can enhance, but it is his product. It is his capability. This is what ServiceNow called as a Now platform. And how you can interact with the ServiceNow is called the interfaces. Another rule you have to be remembered now. Going forward, nobody will call ServiceNow as a Snow, S-N-O-W, nay. Snow is a separate tool, guys. Okay, even though in ServiceNow as well, we have this concept for the asset management kind of things we use, but generally we call ServiceNow as a SN, we call ServiceNow called as a Now, or with ServiceNow called as a ServiceNow. Avoid using this word Snow. A lot of time I comment on the LinkedIn as well. Some people say we are hiring the Snow profiles developer and this. Come on. It's not Snow, it's ServiceNow. If you as a consultant, if you as a recruiter are taking the wrong name, then how your customer will take a right name? This is what I learned from one of my workshop. Okay, so I have a lot of experiences. किससे कहानी है मैं बीच में बताता रहूंगा, so that you should also aware that how the things moving in the market. Okay, so let's start from here now. How I can use or how I can interact in ServiceNow or with ServiceNow. Number 1 is called the conversational. In simple layman example, in simple layman language, when I say conversational means I am saying it is a boat. I'm using it. Like if I go here and I mention Air India, this is a conversational interface. Because I will speak, I will just draft my message and my work will be done. This is the first, I can say, interface, conversational. Second, mobile. Yes, ServiceNow has its own mobile app as well. 2 mobile apps I know, Now Agent and Now Mobile. These 2 are the 2 different apps for the 2 different users. But you can use mobile app to do your work as well. That is the second point. Third point is a service portal. Again, in the layman language, I can say service portal is like a website where you go and shop. Okay. When we start our request management part, then I'll show that what is service portal. But service portal is simple, like if I can say, is this service portal? Yes, it is a service portal. Because here I can go, I can request, I can get some knowledge, I can raise some incident kind of things I can do. But in ServiceNow world, we call this as a SP, service portal. Third way to interact with the platform. And see, they're saying platform. Number 4 is called the workspaces. Workspaces are basically now from the Utah release and from the previous releases, these workspaces are in so much in the high side. When I say high side means that basically workspace are used by the fulfillers, not by the end users. भाई अब देखो सिंपल सी बात है. Arus says, yeah, I'm earning good. Why should I have settle in less in the food timings? Why should I do कंजूसी? मतलब अपने लिए कंजूसी क्यों करना? लोगों को खिलाना खिलाएंगे तो अपने लिए कंजूसी क्यों करना? The same thing ServiceNow say. I'm giving good interface to my customers. Then why not for my agents as well, guys? They are the agents. Let me build something for them, and that is called the workspaces. These things we will. So tomorrow, if we able to complete this topic today, not today especially, tomorrow I'll put the second in the second part of the tomorrow. I'll take you a tour of the service now, so that you should know, okay, this is workspace. Number 5th is called the API, web services. Means if I want to connect my ServiceNow instance with the Arus ServiceNow instance or any third-party tool, I am using the web services. You can integrate ServiceNow with the any tool you named it. I'll give you the example. You can integrate ServiceNow with the WhatsApp as well. You can integrate ServiceNow with your Teams as well, Microsoft Teams. You can integrate ServiceNow with BMC Remedy, Jira, Jenkins. Sorry, not Jenkins. Jenkins basically for deployment purpose. Jira, Remedy, Cherwell, Servidesk. A lot of tools available. SAP, Oracle. You can do your integration. And how the integration work? To do that integration, we have a web services on the place. We have one topic in our agenda where I'll show you that how ServiceNow and ServiceNow tool can be integrated. And the last is called the notification. Means whenever any work has been done in ServiceNow, I receive some email. And if I am a user responding back on the email, my record will get updated in that ServiceNow. This is what it says here. Okay. Clear? यहाँ तक कोई doubt? Okay, good. Now let's come to the IT workflow. As the name indicates, IT means which is related to the information technology only. भाई काम कैसे करना है, काम कैसे होगा, काम सुधारेंगे कैसे? This is what the IT workflow says. In the IT workflow, let me maximize a little bit more. These things are there. See, in the IT, ServiceNow provide me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different products. ये सारे product हैं इसके. We have a ITSM, IT Service Management की incident change problem और request कैसे काम करेंगे. So this is what the ITSM says. IT operation, your infrastructure part, your discovery, your cloud compute, clouds, your infrastructure management. These things will become in the ITOM, in the ITOM domain. So these 4 are there and these 6 are there or 7 are there. Then IT asset management, ITAM. If you go on the LinkedIn nowadays or the Joe portal, you find out this ITAM is very hot cake in the market. A lot of companies are hiring for the ITAM resources. That how you can manage and maintain your assets, can be software, can be hardware in ServiceNow. See, one fundamental I tell you, in this tool, or this not in, or I can say in this tool is giving me a place to store the records. Okay, I'll give you example. Earlier, when we have the landlines, everybody in every home, there is a diary, which is always under the landline phone. What was the purpose of that diary? To note down the phone numbers. सेम थिंग ये टूल करता है, ये सब अपने पास रखता है, सब रिकॉर्ड्स आप इसमें डालते हो, यू कीप एवरी रिकॉर्ड इन दैट एंड आफ्टर दैट यू कैन मेक अ फ्लो, वर्क फ्लो कि बॉस कैसे कैसे मूव करना है, कहाँ कहाँ मूव करना है. नाउ योर एक्चुअल पार्ट इज गोइंग टू बी स्टार्ट कि बॉस सर्विस नाउ क्या है. नाउ पीपल सेज oh you have ITSM, ITOM, what about the management? I am a project manager, what can I use ServiceNow? Yes, ServiceNow provide a product called the ITPM, where you can see demand management, innovation management, your fundings, your portfolio, resourcing, your agile, your time cards, everything come in the ITPM. This is again, and one more thing here. Don't think that when you purchase ServiceNow you get everything. No, never. You get only few and limited modules. To use that, you have to pay for the license. But if you want to use these as well, you have to be activate the plugin and you have to pay the license for these as well. So every product has a license requirement, subscription requirement. So these you need to be, I'm not saying every, but almost products have a subscription requirement, license requirement, and you can get the licensing part from your account management only. Then for the automation purpose, everything should be done, build and deploy quickly. So they have a DevOps as well. How are you going to be handling your security operations? For that, they have a ServiceNow security operation module, vulnerability, threat intelligence, security incident response. And then your governance, risk and compliance are there. Policies, your standards, audit management, vendor risk management will come here. On the broader, these are 7. But on the depth, these are more. Let me show you. See, these many products they have. Can you imagine? If you, I just giving on the high level, if you say that in a single line, let's say in the single line, they have 30 or 40 entries. So 40, 160 products, and some has the more entries as well. So approximately 170 to 180 product service now give. So you can go here and you can check how many products are there. And I'm giving you this on the very, very, very high level. You can see the same thing here as well. You can come here. If you want to see in the, it is for the industry. Let's say go up. Products, ITSM, click here. In ITSM, we have these many things. See. Now see. Can you imagine how big it is? Survey, service level agreement, CMDB, everything, everything. This is your homework. Go and check, browse these websites. So this is what come in the IT. Then ServiceNow said, okay, your IT is working fine. What about your employee? Employee means how you're onboarding your employees in a company, how you're offboarding your employees in a company, how you're managing your policies, your medical bills, your claims. For that, ServiceNow bring a workflow called the employee workflow. And under this, they have a 3 sections or 3 major products: HRSD, Hotcake, demanding one, safe workplace, and workspace, workplace service delivery. HRSD says that how your employee onboarding, offboarding, your policies will be work here. They have a separate portal for this. Safe workspace. Basically, when this code has been started, they build this application. If you're going to office, you have to fill a form, vaccinated or not, all the things is there. And workplace delivery, like your meeting room reservations kind of things, they have built these products as well. This is not the part of our training, guys. Okay. So now if you go here and go back, and scroll up. This one, see, HRSD. These many things in the HRSD. Same goes for the, okay. Next, they say, okay, IT ho gaya, employee ho gaya. What about my customers? They build two products called the CSM and the FSM. Customer Service Management. जो आपके घर पे the repair person or the mechanic come at your home, how he come to know? This is what the CSM work. You call to the service desk and you get a mechanic at your house. This is the CSM. And FSM, Field Service Management. There's a lot of company who provide hardware as a service. Banks say they have a collaboration with the bank. You just get a place, I'll set up the ATM for you. I'll set up the all ACs for you, some everything. So this is what the Field Service Management says. And on the top, ServiceNow say there's a workflow called the creator workflow. भैया मुझे भी तो कुछ करने दो अपने आप, because we say it is a APaaS, application platform as a service. Now, if I want to use platform as a service, then I should able to design my stuff. I can do integration. I can build mobile application. I can build the custom applications as well. This is what in the creator workflow. And if you see here, ServiceNow is not only providing these things. Let me take you on this particular part. If you scroll back, go back, sorry. And if you see here, ServiceNow is providing the services to these many industries. It means in these industries, ServiceNow already make their point. Like ServiceNow has a product for the financial services management. ServiceNow has a product for the legal service management. ServiceNow has a product for the telecom service managements. I know this thing that with the help of Vodafone and the British Telecom and the development done by the Accenture, and they build a product called the TNPM. Telecom Network Performance Management and Telecom Service Management, TSM as well. So go ahead and check in the retail as well, healthcare, manufacturing, legal. These are the industry where ServiceNow is putting their hands. And that is the reason it is said that the vision of ServiceNow is very clear, very clear. I got a update on the LinkedIn that there is a session is organized by ServiceNow on the legal delivery services and legal service delivery. That if you are in a legal firm and you want to use ServiceNow, that what we have built for you, you can come and you can check. And if you're happy, we can implement the legal service delivery for you as well. So now it is say due to the right vision, clear vision, they're moving it now. They've done their part. IT ho gaya, employee ho gaya, customer ho gaya. Now let's capture the industries as well. And now they're building the products for the industry specific. When I say building product means they're still using ServiceNow only. They're adding the capability in the ServiceNow for legal, for telecom, for the field service, financial services, for the retails and all the things will be there. This is what the ServiceNow capability says here. Any question? Good. Let's not proceed further now, because now we just left with this half section here. Okay, let me stop the recording and take a quick attendance now.